Hello everybody and welcome back to this tutorial for the X32. In this episode I will talk with you guys about bass balance and DCAs. So if you're mixing a song, of course you can only use the faders of the selected channels, and with that you would make a bass balance. And that if I'm talking about a bass balance, I'm talking about um, no effects on the tracks. No equalizer, no nothing, just using the faders. And um, why do we do this? Well, if we want to make a proper song, if we want to make the song sound a bit properly, then before we actually start using equalizers, compressors, effects, all that, we want to have a base on which we can work. So we're going to start with that first. And you will know already beforehand that it will not sound perfect because you haven't done you are only at the start of your little journey. So let's see what we have. Well, I'm gonna turn everything on 0 first. I already hear that that will be too loud, so I'm going to put it on -10 everything. And we want it to be a nice little song, so there we are again. Okay, so time to actually work with this. Well, most important things in music are the kick and the vocals. Those two always need to be heard. So let's turn that kick up. Guitar already is a little bit loud, so I'm just gonna turn it down for now. I mean, it's in a solo mode, but for now that's not really important. We want the bass of the song. We want the bass setup. I feel like this one can be turned up a little bit. And there's the vocals. Okay. Well, there we go. Vocals is nice, loud and clear. Is everything a little properly hearable? No? Yeah, well, you just keep messing a little bit with it until you're happy, basically. I can tell you how to do this, but this is pretty much a matter of taste. Except for the kicks and the vocals, those are just the most important things you always want to be able to hear. The rest, how you do that, that's up to you. So I'm gonna put the music on pause for a little bit. Well, and what we have here, I right now have my bass balance, and it looks like this. So I now know what I kind of want, you know. But to have easier control for everything, I am going to use a little extra thing called DCAs. Well, what are DCAs? DCAs basically control a group of faders without moving them. So if I would be turning all the drums here, if I would put all the drums on my first DCA, then right now you would hear nothing from it because this DCA is at 0. This DCA is minus infinity. Let's take the correct terms here. So only if this one is open, you will hear the drums. So let's use these to actually make Yeah, to make some correct DCAs. And of course, I want to be able to know what I'm working with again, so I'm gonna use the scribble strip again first. Because of course you can also use them for your DCAs. Only this time it's a little trickier because if you select them, they don't stay. And why is that? Because if you select them, you have an opportunity to select all the instruments, all the tracks that belong to that DCA. So if I keep this one select and I press here, then you see that these buttons keep on burning. So and these lights keep burning. So that basically means that these two are right now under this DCA. Well, for now I'm gonna still take them away, and I'm going to change the name in the scribble strip. But as I said before, you won't be able to select them with the select button. How am I going to do this though? We're going to scribble strip, and right now this is where your now I can use this little menu. I will zoom in a little bit again. Should be good enough. And the DCAs you only can access on this side. This is one of those moments that the iPad is so easy to work with. So where are they? They're completely down. Well, now we have the DCAs. So and also I can change the icons and everything. So for example, the drums was purple, so I'm gonna change this one to purple as well. And I'm just gonna use an icon of the overheads to actually make it look like a little drum kit. So there we go. But this one isn't good enough. So I cannot use this. So instead I am going to DCA and I'm gonna change it manually. And there you have your drum DCA. Okay. We exit. Well, let's see what we have next, shall we? We have the guitars, the keys, the vocals. Yeah, do we want a separate bass DCA? Actually, yes. Why do we want that? Because if we use the DCAs, we have everything right here, and then we only need to adjust. Uh, then we only need to adjust a couple of faders instead of 16, which of course is easier and faster. So I'm going to change the DCAs real quick. Okay, there we are. Now it's time to select all the instruments that belong to every DCA, shall we? So we start out with the drums, and you have to keep this button pressed. So you need it to be in view. So I'll just use here one, and then next one. Okay, now we got the whole drum kit right there. Second one, bass, only one, guitars, which is in one instrument, but still. Keys, yeah, and the vocals. There we are. So you can now see that if I press this one, it will keep selecting. It shows what we have. Same here, same here, same here. Now, of course, we can use this. Now we have the mute buttons, and we can use them to mute a complete area. So that are basically the DCAs. Um, and that was the the bass balance that we had. So this is about it for episode 2. I'll see you in with the next one.